Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. Everybody in the crew, I mean, with him.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great.
You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Gervonta Tank Davis took to X after Terence Crawford's historic victory over Canelo Alvarez, claiming he could beat Crawford himself. "I'll swing on him for real," Davis posted, doubling down on his confidence and vowing to train harder for the chance to prove it. He insisted that a win over Crawford would secure his place among boxing's elite. But instead of celebrating one of the sport's greatest moments, Davis's comments drew backlash. Many analysts argued that even if Davis didn't want to shower Crawford with praise, he should have shown respect for such an unprecedented achievement. Crawford had just done what many thought impossible, dominating Canelo Alvarez. To belittle that accomplishment, critics said, was not only dismissive but also beneath a fellow fighter.
The first ballot Hall of Famer, a 4-division champion, a 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and was the reigning undisputed 168-pound super middleweight world champion. Superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm not even going to read off his accolades, because what he did was just nasty work. And this is your king that y'all be praising. Gervonta Tank Davis, instead of applauding the accomplishment, just tip your hat. Just tip your hat. Hey, salute. And if you don't want to salute him, guess what? Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you don't want to salute that man, just don't say nothing. Right? And so, Gervonta Tank Davis takes to social media because the boxing world is praising Terence Crawford for what he did. After Gervonta Tank Davis, when the fight was announced and when Terence Crawford was saying he wanted to go up from 154 to 168, Gervonta Tank Davis said he was doing it for the money, not for the legacy.
Long before the current controversy, Terence Crawford had been blunt about Gervonta Davis. He dismissed Davis as a fighter unwilling to take real risks against superior opponents, labeling him more of a talker than a true challenger. Crawford even admitted he didn't like Davis personally, setting the stage for any future showdown between them to be fueled by more than competition. It would be deeply personal.
He would never even think about come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if you get because of Tank would never come from 35 to 4.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when it happens? Or
yeah, I just really don't like.
Why?
I just don't like. I really don't like. I just like
not your cup of tea. That's not.
Yeah, I don't like that. I just feel like one of these little ignorant little dudes using what he got. Shit, he got a lot of security guards around him, and he in the limelight, stuff like that. In certain situations, he went.
You like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah,
but his core personality and his ways.
Bill Haney, father and trainer of Devin Haney, also weighed in. He brushed off Davis's remarks, insisting there was no chance Tank could replicate what Crawford achieved. Haney argued that instead of trolling bigger fighters, Davis should focus on business in his own division. At 147 pounds, Haney said, Tank has no real standing to call out champions in higher weight classes. To him, Davis's comments weren't a serious challenge, They were just a publicity stunt.
Thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds. You think he was playing, trolling, what? Selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's
he said it audio.
Video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, you know, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass cut in too. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world. They're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Trainer Greg Hackett spoke with conviction about Terence Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez, calling it one of the greatest accomplishments in modern boxing. He stressed that Crawford now has nothing left to prove, having achieved something the sport hadn't seen in generations. Hackett pointed out that not since the days of legends like Bob Fitzsimmons and Henry Armstrong had a fighter climbed through weight classes and completely dismantled an opponent as highly regarded as Canelo. What made it historic, Hackett argued, wasn't just the result but the manner of the win. It wasn't a razor-thin decision or a lucky shot. It was a masterclass, a clinical performance that erased all doubt about who was the superior fighter. In Hackett's view, the victory cemented Crawford's place among the all-time greats and elevated him to legendary status. He added that critics should stop demanding explanations or questioning Crawford's legacy, because the record speaks for itself. For Hackett, this win silenced every doubt that ever lingered around Crawford. Now, he said, the champion should focus on enjoying his success rather than entertaining negativity, because this triumph was, simply put, the definition of greatness.
Legendary shit. He goes in there. He's arguably best fighter, or one of the best fighters of his time. Regardless of what he fights. What was your thought on the performance? Was like clean. It was real. It was times where it was close calls. Like, it was like Canelo might get him right there. You know what I mean? But find a way out, skip up out here. He was working behind his jab real good. Footwork real good. You know, the pace. He ain't what I like to call spider web. You know, saying he set the trap. The part I didn't expect was for Canelo to really approach Bud like Bud, you know, like he was just gonna punch on Bud. What I mean by that is Canelo, when he would hit Bud to his hips or like on the shoulders, because I seen him doing a few times. He was like, Canelo was like looking for those results that get when he do those things. And I was like, I can't believe looking at Bud like this. Like he really tried to play Bud. I mean, on the low. He know Bud can fight, but it was like, yeah, all right, when I hit you on your hips, you gonna act right. I mean, when I hit you on your shoulders, you gonna act right. You can tell Canelo's been spoiled over the years. Canelo's gotten better, a lot better. And Canelo is a legend for sure. You could tell he holds his will on a lot of guys and one spoke his own. You know what I mean? Along with the punishing shot.
Despite his open dislike for Gervonta Davis, Terence Crawford hasn't ruled out a future showdown. He's made it clear that if Davis is serious, he needs to step up to 147 pounds, where the fight can take place on equal terms. For Crawford, such a bout would do more than silence Tank's constant trash talk. It would give him another opportunity to showcase his dominance against a high-profile opponent. Crawford insists the decision rests entirely with Davis. If Tank truly believes he can win, he must prove it inside the ring rather than through bold statements online. Confident in his own abilities, Crawford has welcomed the challenge, knowing full well that the odds would still lean heavily in his favor.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, it'd be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes. You know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
You got to come with before.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him to come and touch it.
Wow. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, you gonna have a pre-camp.
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
DJ Rom, a respected boxing commentator, praised Terence Crawford as the complete package, an athlete who can do everything at the highest level. In Rom's eyes, Crawford isn't just a gifted fighter, he's a once-in-a-generation talent whose true strength lies in his adaptability. Whether facing a heavy-handed puncher, a slick counterpuncher, or a relentless pressure fighter, Crawford seamlessly blends offense and defense, shifting gears with surgical precision and forcing opponents to second-guess every move. Rom described him as a master of distance, timing, and angles, attributes that elevate his performances beyond mere fights. To Rom, watching Crawford is like witnessing artistry in motion. Every adjustment becomes a brushstroke on a canvas, each round a lesson in problem-solving. More than a champion, Crawford is a strategist who breaks opponents down piece by piece until there's nothing left. Rom concluded that Crawford's consistent dominance ensures his legacy will remain untouchable for years to come.
Boxing, like I said, you know, Bud is special, man. He can adapt, he can make adjustments. There's nothing he can't do. I was a little worried because in the beginning when the fight was announced, because of Canelo's power, Bud coming up, they're like, oh, he come up 2 weight classes. I consider it, he came up 3. He only had 1 fight at one.
Yeah, 1 fight at 50.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like it's 3 weight classes in 2 fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that right there, that was a big thing because Canelo is strong. Canelo does hit hard, he got power, and he's comfortable at 168. You understand what I'm saying? He's more comfortable. I didn't know if the weight was going to do something to Bud, but I know there was ways that he could outbox him easily. He did it. Towards the closer to the fight date, I changed my stance on it and leaned more to Bud, which is a good thing because my prediction was right yesterday on it, and he just outboxed him, outclassed him. He showed people. I think he still followed a bit of the Mayweather blueprint. You know, Canelo has to plant his feet all the time to throw off his power, let off his power shots. He has to just make them stop real quick, like a millisecond. That's all Bud needs to move out the way. Bud sets him up to get a reaction. By the time Canelo goes to throw that one, Bud slips to the side and catches him that one. It's too late. I mean, for Canelo, his planning of the feet to throw his power punches, if more people figure that out and really take that into consideration in their training camps, I think he would have more losses. But a lot of them fear the power, like a Skull,